coaching legend. There he is. How you doing, man?
Welcome.
This is the buzz. We're just buzzing through it here. I love it. How are you here right now? Shouldn't you be at the fields? Okay, we're going to get into that. That's a great guess.
My field responsibilities today. I was just out there, yeah.
So, 26 years, over 500 wins, winningest baseball coach in GU history. Now, Lynn, everybody's got the same question. All right?
Okay.
When you play a game, you don't play one, you play two. There's no clock with your games. There are people doing really important things in America. You know, like they're discovering a cure for cancer. They're working long hours, but not nearly as long as you. You've got a fungo bat hitting a grounder to third until you bleed from your nostrils. Tell me about baseball. We don't understand it. Did God somehow give people who like baseball a pass and say, okay, you guys don't have to do anything else. Head out to the field, take a rake, and rake until your heart's content. The rest of society will take care of everything going on. Help us understand baseball. It's a lot to unpack.
It really is a lot to unpack, and I'm not sure where to start with that question, Doug. I mean, you definitely love the competition.
Okay.
And so you love to actually be playing the game. Of course, it is a game that's best played in good weather.
Yes.
But we don't do that much in the college game.
Yes. Yeah.
Illinois, no.
So it makes it difficult. But yeah, I mean, on a nice day, there's hardly a better place to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever considered that we should have turf out there? You ever thought about that?
That has crossed my mind.
Have you brought that up to anybody?
Probably not enough yet, because I don't have any yet.
I like the natural grass.
Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it? One of the reasons I brought you here is
you like it because you don't have to work on it.
Well, that's true. I will admit that, but it's just a beauty to having natural grass.
And there is also,
I actually think he would. You enjoy yard work.
Oh yeah, I enjoy that. I would enjoy that.
I mean, you guys enjoy yard. You guys enjoy working on the field as much as anything. That's a deep part of your life.
The timeless great thing about baseball is, like during the Industrial Revolution, there were no time constraints, and everybody wanted that. I don't know about today's modern world, but that is the beauty of baseball.
Yeah. I do love a well-groomed baseball field.
Yeah.
Like, there's hardly anything more beautiful.
Yeah,
and it does look so nice. I mean, you
well,
can tell that you put that much time into it for sure.
The players do all miss my class to do the groundwork.
That makes sense.
I think you're sure about that a little bit.
Service learning, it's all, it's all encompassing there.
You play 162 games, you come to the playoffs. By the way, in the fall, they play something called the World Series.
Yeah.
So another reason I brought you here in the fall is because he may not, I don't know. Have you ever watched it?
I've heard of the World Series.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Watched ever a game, an inning?
Yeah, probably.
When the Cardinals were in it, maybe.
They review that on ESPN, don't they?
Yeah.
You play 162 games. You play a 3-game series. And all the teams that were your top winners lose. Not all, but you know what I'm saying.
2 of them.
Oh, it's just it makes no sense to me. 162.
We brought you here to defend baseball and why it's a sport. I think that's what we're getting at.
So if there were never any upsets, then why would you ever have playoffs?
If there were what?
There were never any upsets.
Yes.
Why would you have
That's why
playoffs?
he's saying that.
Yeah, you would just have a regular season champion and the season would be over.
No, I understand it in football when you have 17 games. There's too many games in the NBA, but not college basketball. I'm just talking about, I'm sitting here watching the Major League Baseball, and even me, and I like baseball. I like baseball a lot. But if I go announce one of your games, I have to take 2 meals with me and a sleeping bag. Because I'm going to go at 11 and I'm done at 9.
The sleeping bag is mostly because it's so cold out there.
It is freezing.
Warm.
It is freezing out there. For sure. Yes, it is.
What about a pitch count, like a clock count on the pitcher?
Yeah,
there actually is some legislation that's being put forward.
For college or for pro?
How do we
both
pass
actually.
Okay.
So The problem is that it doesn't really, I don't think it applies to all situations.
Right. Well, it doesn't, and also you have how many pitchers do you pitch in a game now? Used to guy would go 7 or 8 innings, and then you have a closer.
Yeah.
Now you have like 6 or 7 guys pitching one game.
That's definitely trickled down into.
But that's got to be taken in time.
But also depends on the level of your team. So, like, if you're a team that scuffles a little bit, you don't have the high-end guys that can throw on the mound and they can be successful for 6, 7, 8 innings.
Right.
Then you've got to find other ways to be successful. And one of the other ways to be successful is to give the team different looks from left and right, and fast and slow.
Right.
And then hopefully between the different looks that you give them, you do the same thing in volleyball. You don't want to serve it the same way every time. Sometimes it's a floater serve, sometimes it's the top spin.
I learned something interesting about baseball last year. The commissioner called me, and he said, "Tom, after the national anthem, you got to tell the guys to get off the field." I said, "What do you mean?
Well, yeah.
They're staying on the field?"
Right.
They go, "Yeah, it's kind of like a standoff thing." I called Lynn. I said, "Can you help me understand why they're staying on the field?" So they do the anthem, and you kind of wait. It's like, you're getting a feel for who's going to get off first.
Really?
And they both just stand out there.
This is a truth statement.
Tell us about this.
Yes.
I've never heard of
Yes.
this.
It's like the cheer off beginning
The
of a
timing
match.
the timing here is really interesting. If my players were to listen to this, they would.
Oh, of course they are. Everybody listens to it.
Yeah, they would all be laughing right now.
Okay,
because
okay, good.
You're asking me this question.
Yeah.
When we just played on Friday night our alumni game.
Yeah.
And one of my assistant coaches was having the standoff challenge with one of my players, and I have on at least 2 other occasions said to my team,
Right.
we're not going to do that under any conditions. Like, I was pretty vehement about it.
Yeah.
And then my assistant coach was on the alumni squad, and he was doing it with one of my players.
Oh,
Right.
And I was kind of oblivious to it. And then I walked in, and all of a sudden, our dugout erupts, and we either won it or it was funny how it all went down, and I kind of flew off the handle.
Absolutely. I mean,
Good for you, Lynn.
I thought you were going to say.
corner.
I thought you were going to say they were being funny. I was like, "That's up." No, they weren't.
So,
Okay.
No, right. That's insubordination right there.
Well,
That guy's got to run, got to find him, whatever.
so I did fly off the handle, and I probably went a little bit over the line with my temper a little bit there. And
Did you throw bats in the dugout?
No, I didn't hit anybody. I didn't throw
That's
any
good.
chairs.
I always like the
That's
scene
good.
from
I
Bull
try
Durham
to
where they
avoid the
throw
Bobby
the
Knight
bats.
scenes as much as I can, but I did express some anger in an unusual way. Yeah. So.
We'll talk about that after the video's off. But last thing I have about baseball that I think is unique, I never see this anything. He has to wear the uniform.
Right. Yeah.
That is so strange. Can you?
Right.
Could you imagine in a different sport? Could you imagine coaching?
Right.
How about me?
Basketball. Yeah. Right.
How about me?
Volleyball,
So you got to wear the same
Yeah.
uniform.
That's
Like
right.
that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Right.
Why doesn't softball have to do that?
It's interesting, yeah. It's a little different culture. Baseball has a little bit more of a long-standing tradition associated with it than softball, which is a little bit newer game.
Right.
But I don't know necessarily the historical context. I don't have a firm grasp on all of that. Maybe it was because the old managers oftentimes were player
I think you
managers.
told me
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But
the
I
rule
do know
reads
that
if you're on the
back
And
in
field.
insert
day-
yourself in the lineup. Pete Rose.
Sure. Back in the early times of baseball, I don't know, teens, 20s, Connie Mack is a guy
Connie
you may
Mack,
have heard of
absolutely.
before.
Yeah.
So Connie Mack was famous because he wore a suit
Yes.
Yeah.
as the manager.
That's
of
what
his
I
team.
thought.
And kind of an unusual deal, and apparently that just didn't take off.
Well, he must not have been
like
on
it
the
did in
field.
basketball.
Right.
Because you have in the rule book it says if you are going to be on the field, so coaching first or third, whatever,
Oh,
you have to be in a
that's
uniform.
definitely true.
So if he stays in the dugout, maybe you don't have to. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was a long time ago. Rules have definitely changed a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I got to don that uniform, and it looks good.
I will say you still look good in the uniform though.
Well,
I just want to say you look good.
What
in the
number do you
uniform.
wear?
32.
Why?
Yeah.
Boy. So 32 was my number here when I played.
Okay.
So that was probably a part of it, but yeah, I mean, there's
It's
see
a
history
smooth
behind
number.
that number.
32.
I like the number.
It's a
It's
smooth
one
number.
thing for Tom to feel like you look good in a uniform. How does Donna feel?
Probably the same.
You think?
I think so.
You'd have to talk to her about that.
Maybe even
Okay.
stronger than I feel. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll talk to Donna on Sunday about
That's a
that.
great idea.
Yeah.
We have that conversation. See how that goes.
So coming into this year, you got some good. I told you this, but you got some great players, by the way. I mean, they're some of my best students. They're really sharp guys. So congratulations.
Thank you.
What's it looking like coming into this year?
Yeah, I feel really good about this team. We were definitely in a rebuilding mode a couple of years ago when we lost like 12 seniors. So we made a big step forward, I think, last year, and I'm hoping we can make a similar step forward. We definitely had an influx of some good talent in this recruiting class. We returned quite a few of the last year's players, so I'm hoping that the addition can really be a positive one, and I know our guys feel like they've got a team that can win.
Is there any chance we can host a tournament again here, like we did several years ago? We won the whole thing.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
It was very helpful for us to be playing those games at home and the tournament,
And we won.
we won. Yeah.
Went to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
What are the chances of us hosting
We did it
again?
twice actually. 0.
Yeah. Why is that? Why?
So
That doesn't
you're
make
gonna get
sense.
him go. Okay.
Yeah. So
If you say the word, he's gonna get going. Go
So
ahead.
what
Who's-
happened?
who's
we
good?
play our tournament at a neutral site.
Here we go.
A neutral site.
Yeah.
Who decides that site?
I think they try to find a site that will allow for the easiest way to
Closest to what school?
play. It's probably closest to Fontbonne.
Good. Let's just stay there. Let's just stay right.
Yeah, I think that'll end that conversation.
Yeah, that's the. It's been
I think
good
we've had
so
2
far.
people in 20 minutes, haven't we?
Yes.
Two
You've done it.
20? You have anything you want to add?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recap. Sorry.
We gotta do a recap?
Yeah.
Okay.
BJ
It's
sent
the
it to me
main
here.
part.
All right.
Football team dominated Westminster.
Yeah, I want to say
52
something
and
about
out.
that.
All right.
20. The football team scored 21 points
Yeah.
in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter,
Wow.
and their offense never came on the field.
Crazy.
Offense never came on the field, and we scored 21 points.
Wow.
Return punt,
Defense.
Wow.
picked up a fumble, went to the end zone. Turgeon McLaren.
Yeah.
You should have seen him rumbling
Yeah,
and
rumbling.
stumbling. He got there. He didn't play the rest of the game, I don't think.
That's great.
And then we had an interception for a touchdown. So, yeah, anyway.
Men's soccer team tied first place Webster for the second time this season to remain
I
in
like the
second
tie.
place.
I like
Yeah,
the
that's
tie.
right. Women's team played 2 of the SLIAC top teams last week. Both matches lost both matches 1-0, so they're still in the hunt for a second and third finish.
Yeah.
Volleyball team won 12th championship in 13 years. On Friday, they'll host the tournament on November
Wow.
5th. Men's cross country team won Greenville Classic on Friday. Women's cross country, what did I say? Did I say women?
Yeah.
Men's and women's basketball had their alumni games Saturday. Did the alumni win?
No.
No way. No chance.
The producer
Yeah,
lost.
that's right.
But
That's
he
right.
played well, and I'm
We heard-
surprised
yeah,
you're still
he
walking.
played good.
Yeah.
He played good.
Yeah.
And then the athletic
Yeah.
department hosted the Hall of Fame banquet, and that'll be every year. It was an incredible event. Shout out to BJ Schnick for
Yeah.
putting
Yeah,
that event
absolutely.
together.
They-
Hardest
Great
working,
job.
hardest
Great
working
job.
guy in sports. High five on the volleyball, man.
Thank you,
Way to
sir.
go.
I appreciate it.
Great
Thank you,
job.
thank you.
Great job.
Yeah.
Very good.
And that's a wrap.
That's a
Thanks
wrap.
for joining us on Just the Show.